Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Are you there?
You can't hear me?
Oh, wait, now
Can
I
you
can.
hear me now? Great. I'm glad everything's
Okay.
working.
I think I'm, everybody's talking about Mercury being retrograde, and I think that now anytime that there's even a slight pause or anything, I'm like, I can't hear you because the Mercury's retrograde.
My favorite is Laura every time something goes wrong. And I feel like even if Mercury is not in retrograde, she always hops on our group text. She's like, you guys, Mercury's in retrograde. We're like,
Oh,
oh,
I
God.
love that. However, I feel that Laura knows exactly when Mercury is retrograde and when it's not.
Valid.
So
That's valid.
I don't think she's the girl who cried wolf. I think she knows when it's true and when it's not.
Well, it happens a lot then.
It does happen a lot. I totally agree. It does happen a lot. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Lots of theories on that one.
Me too. And I would be, I would say that all of 2020 might be in retrograde. So.
I think you're right. I think whoever's tracking this needs to recalibrate their equipment because I think you're right.
I agree. But for some fun news that we have coming up, we're excited to chat today about some cool projects coming up on the coast. I'm excited to chat with you about them.
Yes, I'm really excited about it. I know I'm really excited about it. It's always so fun, of course, to work with our individual sellers and to kind of dig into what makes each property special and come up with a customized marketing plan. And then it's so fun to get to work with the development team on kind of these big special projects. And I just think that one of the things that I've noticed is we get so many questions about it. And so I'm excited to be able to kind of roll things out this way. I think, to start by talking about Promised Land Cottages.
Yes.
If we're ready to get started. Are you ready to jump in?
I'm so ready to get started. And these are very cute. I mean, just from the renderings and from the location and stuff like that, I'm so excited to give everyone the inside scoop.
Yeah, I am too. So, and Meg, you guys, of course, technology mistress extraordinaire. I'm not sure about the word mistress there, but wizard. Anyway, she has put together these incredible websites that are for both projects that we have coming up. So again, we're going to start with Promised Land Cottages, which is 6 townhomes. They're in 2 buildings. So 2 buildings that each have 3 townhomes in them. They're going to be on the corner of 13th and Arundel. And if you go by there, you can see that they've already started clearing the lot and prepping. They're going to start building, in the next couple of weeks. And they're building, I think that wall is going to be awesome.
Yes. Yeah. And that's going to create so much privacy, a little bit of noise cancellation and stuff like that. So they're building, it's actually 4 feet thick. It's a thick brick wall that they're building in between Arundel Street and then the townhome. So I really love that aspect of it. And it's cute.
Yeah, I think it's so cute.
You know, a brick wall can be cute.
Yes. And they're going to the townhomes are all going to face towards 13th Street. So they'll line up. They have really cute front porches that are going to face towards 13th Street, which is right where that little curb market, right where that little farmer's market is.
Right.
So great location in terms of being able to walk downtown and eat, get a drink, anything that you want to do, see the fireworks, go to the waterfront, any of that jazz. Not to mention that right there at the end of 13th is a sandy beach. So I know you guys, anybody who's familiar with Moorhead knows that at those cross streets downtown, you can go and actually access the beach right there in the Sound. It's the best swimming and hanging out, especially if you have little people, because there aren't really any waves. It's just a great spot. I used to take my kids there all the time.
Well, speaking of that beach being so close, I went over to the site the other day to take a video to show someone how close the site is to get to that sandy beach that you're talking about. So we'll share that video on social media probably within the next week, but it really is 1 minute walk.
So cool. It's a great spot.
Yeah.
And so those townhomes, this is at Promised Land Cottages, are going to be, just under 1,400 square feet. They are 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths. So really kind of packed with some good space in there. Master bedroom and bath on the ground floor, 2 bedrooms, guest bedrooms, and 2 guest baths upstairs. You'll park behind them, kind of coming in off Arundel, and again, then they'll face 13th Street. Meg, can you pull that website up and show people, just kind of so they can get an idea of what it looks like? And we'll put below for you guys what the web addresses are, but this is plcottages.com. And so see, there they are. They're really, really cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the front yard, something that I think is a really cool aspect of it is, if you can see here, cute little white picket fences. Each yard is individually fenced. There's a little pergola entrance, and that also has a gate. So if you have a little dog or kids or anything like that, they can just run around the yard and have a good old time, all enclosed in that little area. So I think that's a really cool aspect too.
So good. Yeah, I think that's a really cool aspect too.
Yep.
And we've got floor plans on here, guys. Yeah, this site plan is good so that you can
Yes.
see unit 2
Mhm.
is already under contract. I wonder if we're going to call those units, they're townhouses,
Right.
lot 2, but anyway,
Yep.
one of the 6 is already under contract.
Yep.
These are all, we're just kind of getting all this stuff up and running. So it's fun and we love feedback. I would love to hear what you guys think about them.
Yep.
Those are opportunities that are currently available. You are able to kind of hop in now and get one under contract. It's a really easy process. And so just let us know kind of what questions y'all have. I think they'd be great. Really smart investment properties, really great as far as overflow for anybody who owns a cottage or a house in the promised land. And then anybody who just wants to be down there, golly, I mean, just great options, second home, full-time,
Right.
Kind of anything, all sorts of options are available on that one.
Agree. You can bike to downtown. You can go get a drink at a rental room right down the street, walk to the beach. I mean, ideal.
Yes, because is the rental room open back up?
It is outside. So they built this cute little deck and Denny's done a great job over there and they're serving their favorite drinks. So yes.
That's so great. Good. And I'm so glad the weather's been good for them. Good.
Me too.
Okay, so let's move on to talk about Inlet Cove.
Yay.
So Inlet Cove, I know exactly. So Inlet Cove is kind of a bigger project, and it's one that we really haven't talked about yet because it has been in the works, and we've kind of all been frantically scrambling to get it put together behind the scenes. I make it sound like we're building it to get kind of the website to get the website put together and kind of collect the information that we need. So let's see, Meg, what do you think folks need to know about Inlet Cove?
So Inlet Cove, it's going to be located on Radio Island, which I never knew was Morehead City. I used to always think it was Beaufort, but it will be located on Radio Island in Morehead City. And it's going to be 61 townhomes that are going to sit right on Morgan's Creek. And then it'll be a marina as well with 122 boat slips. So it's going to be awesome. They're 3-story townhomes. They've got a really pretty cedar shake siding. And yeah, there's one floor plan for all of them, but there are different building sizes. So there are some duplexes, there are some triplexes, there are some with up to 5, up to 7 buildings in that or units in that building.
Right.
So there's plenty to choose from. And the thing that I would love for you to touch on, Mary Cheatham, is kind of the phasing and what's going to happen with phase 1. So my understanding is there's 9 units that are going to be available soon. Will you fill us in on that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So just like Meg said, there's going to be in total 61 of these townhouses that are going to be built, but we're only releasing 9 to start with. Some of them are on the water, some of them aren't. They have different orientations, great views, pool, open air clubhouse, and then of course there are boat slips that are going to be available separately. So you have the option if you want a boat slip, then great, you can add one on. If you don't, no problem. But that's really the way the phasing is going to work. We're going to start out with the first 9, and then you can choose the boat slip that you want. The boat slips are at this point only available to folks who are buying the townhouses. The other thing that's really interesting about the townhouses, I think, is that, number one, the finishes. I love the finishes. I think they did the best job. And actually, they did the best job with the finishes at Promised Land Cottages, too.
Yes.
Great looking finishes, just neutral, high-end materials,
Very
really
cute.
cool.
Yep.
And we've got some boards that we can share on that.
Yep.
And I'm sure that's on the website, too, kind of what the finish levels are for each. But there are a couple of upgrades that you can do at Inlet Cove that's interesting. One of them is an elevator. And the cool thing about this to me is that the elevator shaft is going to be there kind of regardless. So if you wanted to go back and add the elevator later, you could, which is something that I tell all of our clients who are building homes is it's not that you have to have an elevator when you build it, but for resale, make sure you've got a space where you could put one, because that's something that, it's just a reality, and you cut out a lot of potential buyers if you don't have the ability to add one. So the elevator is an upgrade. And then these townhouses are 3 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. And so you've got the option on the ground floor. When you come in, there's going to be a garage area, but next to that's going to be kind of an open finished space that you could use for storage or for a ping pong table or for, whatever you wanted it to be. But you also have the option to add an additional bedroom and bath down there.
Right.
to make it 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. They're just under 2,500 square feet, so good size.
Yep.
But I just think they're going to be awesome and a great option. There, if you, you know what, Meg, would you pull up that location? That'd be awesome, because it's kind of hard to envision, guys, but it is on Radio Island, and it's right next to Old Town Yacht Club. So, you know, if you can picture where that is, it's right near there. And here's where the marina is going to be. And you can see they're going to be kind of set all around that marina space. This is one where we went back and forth on the exterior of it. And I love this rendering. Ended up going with the cedar shake instead of the hardy board, just to give it a really kind of coastal high-end look. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And then this right here will show you the 9 units that are going to be released. They're the ones that are in red.
Yes.
Those are the first 9 that'll be released. So you see some of them actually face Morgan Creek and some of them face the marina.
Yes.
And then there's the pool and the clubhouse kind of right there, positioned kind of at the mouth of the channel, which I think will give you some really good views. They're going to be built up a little bit.
Yep.
I'm excited about that.
Me too. And from these units, pretty much from all units, you're going to have this Morgan Creek view, but Beaufort downtown, the Beaufort waterfront's right here. And then if you go backwards, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but if you go kind of backwards, back toward Moorhead, the downtown Moorhead waterfront's over here. So whether you're going by boat or you're going by car, by land, you're really close to both waterfronts. You're smack dab in the middle. I mean, it's the most ideal location that I can think of to be close to 2 booming waterfronts filled with fun things to do for your kids, for your family, for a night out, anything like that.
Yeah, it's an awesome one. And I think, you know, we hear a lot from our clients that they want something that is really low maintenance, but they don't want to necessarily be in a high rise scenario. Some people love that. Some people don't. Some people want to be able to walk out and walk their dogs, or let their kids go outside and play, or, you know, I mean, not have stairs or an elevator to contend with. And I think this gives people kind of a really nice option from that standpoint.
Me too. They're going to be really, really neat. I'm excited about these.
Yes.
So as we kind of continue with our development, working with the development team and getting things kind of set in stone, will you kind of explain what next steps will be for Inlet Cove in terms of people being able to reserve their unit?
Yeah, so next steps are that we are going to be releasing the reservation agreement. So the way that works is that a reservation agreement will go out, and folks will have the opportunity to choose the unit that they want, choose the slip that they want, and reserve them. And then you'll put down a 5% deposit that will be refundable. And that will be refundable up until we can actually transition into contract, which will be kind of when all the final approvals are granted by the town. There are a few little boxes that have to be ticked. This is the same way that we handle, for example, Wind Fair, which is another project that we just were able to market and loved. So that money will be refundable during that time period until we go to contract. And then, you know, they're planning to start construction. I mean, they're planning to start construction relatively soon on those. And so we'll keep you guys apprised of kind of what the estimated dates are. Of course, weather and all those sort of things are always factors with new construction, but it's really easy to do a reservation agreement and to kind of go ahead and get one of these lined up so that you can start, you know, customizing and picking things and making sure that you have the exact unit and boat slip that you want.
And speaking of construction and all of that, we might have mentioned it. I might have missed it, but Sammy Ballou is building both of these projects.
That's exactly right.
And we love Sammy, and he also built Wind Fair, and one of those developments that we worked on recently. So we're excited to be able to be in partnership with Sammy again and to watch him do his beautiful work that he always does. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, so, and Brooke Giblin, who's in there picking out finishes.
Yes.
Lisa, and that's a great team.
It really is.
And so I think what I would say is, if anybody's watching this and you're interested, you know, we're gonna send you guys to both websites so that you can check those out, and then just call us.
Yep.
Call us or email us. But you know, that's a great way, and we can talk you through it and answer any questions that you have. And if we don't have the answers, we will get them. Because, you know, with any new project, things come up that are questions that we just haven't been asked before.
Yep.
So that's always kind of a fun process to discover those. And then Meg does her wizarding and goes back and adds the information to our frequently asked questions page on the website so that other folks can benefit from your questions.
Yep. So that's a great point. If anyone has any specific questions, we try and put any question that we get onto those FAQ pages on both of the websites. So if you have a question that you don't know the answer to, go to that page first. And if you don't see it, give us a call, and we will A, try and answer your question, B, get the answer for you, and C, add it to our FAQ.
That's exactly right. That's right. But we're happy to walk you guys through the process. So anyway, regardless, I know if you guys are like me, I always feel like people ask me questions. Well, what's going to go here? Well, what's happening here? And, it's always kind of fun to know what's going on, whether you're in the market for something or not. So these are kind of some fun additions to Carteret County, and we're just thrilled to be a part of it. So thank you guys for joining us to learn about these on this Friday morning.
I know, it's been fun.
I know. This was a fun little coffee, and I am. Meg was making fun of me when we first got on. I'm drinking my coffee out of my corksicle, my brewmate. Well, that does make it kind of champagne-y. out of my champagne glass. It's not, but I told her it was because we're celebrating. We're celebrating these new communities, and we have a lot to be excited about. So
I love it.
Anyway, my cold brew tastes even better out of this.
Well, is that what's saving your life this week, or do you have anything additional that's saving your life?
Meg, I like that. I mean, coffee has definitely been kind of a big thing for me for this week. And I think the other thing that's been saving my life, I've gotten really back into all my podcasts. So that's made me really happy this week too. So, one of the ones that I've really been listening to is Brene Brown.
Yes.
Unlocking Us. That's been a great episode. We talked about one of those this morning. But I think just finding something that is interesting, it makes kind of the most menial tasks kind of fun. If you're driving, or I'm making up my bed and cleaning up my room, I put my AirPods in and listen to a podcast. It just makes me feel like I'm constantly have the ability to learn and grow. So I'm enjoying that.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
How about you? What's saving your life this week?
Well, this week it's been a little bit of a doozy. It is magazine deadline crunch time. Woo woo. So for those of you who know what the Inspiring magazine is, we design it all in-house, which is very exciting. And we create the content and everything ourselves. But this week was the last week we have before we submit the magazine to Mary Cheatham for review. And then she gets all of next week to we go through edits, back and forth, conversate, see what we need to add, remove, anything like that. And then we send it to print. So just the support that you've given me, and that Landy and Andy and all the folks who have just really helped create content for this magazine, I'm really excited. It's our longest one yet. It's at 24 pages. And it's going to be hitting mailboxes the week before Thanksgiving. So just a little shameless plug. If you're not on our mailing list and you want to receive our next magazine, which includes a gift guide of all local products that you can get here in Carteret County, feel free to DM us. You can drop your name or anything like that in the comments, and we'll be sure to get you on our mailing list. So that's great. Saving my life this week. Favorite part of my job.
I love that. I mean, Meg, that's going to feel so good when you kind of get that off your plate. You do such an incredible job, and that's such a big, and Landy writing, and Andy with everything that she does to help with the graphics and the photos, and Sally Day, all that stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it really has been fun to talk about. So crazy to put together holiday gift guides right now. I mean, let's not really talk about it, but I mean, gosh, is that right around the corner?
My goodness. Yeah. They're right around the corner.
I know.
I bought my first Christmas gifts on Prime Day last week.
Oh my gosh, don't say it.
Oops.
Don't say it. Well, you're ahead. You should be proud of that too.
Valid. Yeah. Mary Cheatham, thank you for joining me. And again, if anyone has any questions about Promised Land Cottages or Inlet Cove or any other developments that you might see pop up on our social feeds, just feel free to give us a call.
Sounds great. Thanks, Meg. Have a great weekend.
Bye.